we're gonna get going with the Chainsaw Man discussion. I was just talking about another look back experience. Wonderful, beautiful, love that. Uh, because we are coming to you from the Tokyo Media Bunker out here, the Public Safety Tokyo Media Bunker out in the home office. Still no performances from the Music Fiend. Still, unfortunately, not for a while here, but we still have our chapter discussions coming in with our guests this week. We will be talking about the latest Chainsaw Man chapter. Ooh, it was a spicy one. It was a nice one. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, gas, gas chapter. Some may even say Chainsaw Man is back finally. I'm sure.
Black Chainsaw Man is here.
Yeah, Black Chainsaw Man is here. We will get to all of that, but before we get into it, I'd like to have both my guests give the traditional introduction. I am, of course, your host, Secret Dogs, age 33, 34, soon. Only a handful of days left. And my contract is with the War Devil. I like both my guests to give their name, age, and devil contract. Go ahead. Uh, oh, board. Take it away.
Yeah. I'm bored, Dior. I like Chainsaw Man. You can follow me on Twitter with the same name. Um, Excited to talk about the chapter. Really excited about uh, literally everything Chainsaw Man at the moment because we're super back and Barum
Oh
got his
my
head
god.
popped off.
Yes.
Uh,
Give me your
Finally.
age and the devil contract. As is
yeah,
what's
sure.
your tradition. Yes.
I am 25 and my devil contract is with the currently with the Chainsaw Devil pending
Wow. Holy
any
shit.
change. That
Jesus.
honestly can change per chapter. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can we
No, I
language
mean,
is okay?
yes. Well, yeah.
Okay,
You
cool.
know,
Yeah.
nothing. No, we got nothing going on this channel.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that'll change like however often. It honestly, I wanted it to be the little gremlin that we got introduced to last chapter.
Oh yeah.
I think we were
Who?
all aware they were getting
Oh
dusted.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Thank you, board. Yes, friend of the show from Twitter. You can follow them over there. Yusuke, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I go by Zuski, 19, and I am contracted with the Blood Devil. I'll say that
The Blood Devil.
because
Wow, we got some
yeah,
serious fucking
rest in
devils. We got
peace.
the War Devil. We got Chainsaw Devil. And we got the Blood Devil. This is a deadly lineup on show today.
all dubs.
Yes, Yusuke. You can find him over on
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
on
Yusuke's
YouTube and Twitter.
on YouTube, on Twitter. Yes, Yusuke's got a drip. Fantastic. I guess you call meme edits for all the chapters.
Yeah, per
One of the
chapter.
yeah, one of the most consistent YouTube creators for
Thank you.
every Chainsaw Man chapter. There's always a new edit coming through. They're very fun. They're very funny.
Mm,
A little bit
thank you.
lighthearted amidst the horrors. That is Chainsaw
Definitely.
Man. Yeah. uh, yes. Speaking of the horrors, uh, I mean, what a chapter! This is classic.
Definitely.
This is classic Fujimoto. I love that. How? Just give me your overall reactions because it's sort of just like a big
Like,
cinematic chapter. How you're feeling? What were you thinking? What did you love? What do you want to see more of? Let's hear it all.
I, I personally think that like these past like I don't know 10, 8, 5 chapters of Fujimoto have been like the best. well, some of the best in part two so far. Has been super enjoyable.
Yeah,
It's been fun seeing like the community as alive as it is, and
yeah,
all these theories and all the funny memes.
yep.
Everything about it is like it's just super entertaining.
The
Oh my
crazy
gosh,
Fujimoto
reactions.
is in his
Yeah.
bag.
Yes, he
I,
He's in
is.
his bag.
I just want to say I just looked up your YouTube channel. I realized I actually watch your videos. I didn't even realize like I
Is
saw the
it?
That's
I didn't even
right.
realize I saw
Thank you.
the yeah, it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. If you're not tapped in, if you're a Chainsaw Man fan, you're not tapped in on Yusuke's videos. Go check them out. They are super fun. Super fun. Like I said, always nice to take a little more lighthearted perspective on how
uh
fucking
On how
brutal
wild,
the material has been for the
exactly,
last fucking year. Jesus.
exactly.
Yep. But with this chapter, we've kind of turned the corner, when your Black Chainsaw Man is this really weird presence in the story because it only
Hmm.
shows up after Denji is completely
At his
obliterated.
lowest, yeah,
Right, like
yeah.
he has to lose it all and you know
Hmm.
go into complete despair and have his life destroyed and all of his dreams crushed. And
What a
then,
Yeah,
truly tragic transformation
exactly.
activation he's given his MC. It's not like that in any other like shonen or
I
manga. There's
know.
You just have to
Hmm.
watch him be like completely destroyed mentally, psychologically, in order for
Hmm.
him to become like this
Hmm.
badass. And even then, he's not in control of himself. He's kind of
Right.
just a monster on the loose. It's a really fun take on transformations in
Yeah.
anime. So
Definitely one of the most
Super creative.
fucked up shonen power ups
I
conceivable.
keep forgetting it's a shonen kind of because it technically, I mean,
Yeah.
it is, but it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's just
way
different.
darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part two, especially because he's out of the
Hmm.
magazine, too. He's
Oh yeah.
he's really not worried about, I guess you'd call it like the entertainment factor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Boundaries.
yep,
Constantly pushing boundaries.
he's been dragging the story through the fucking just down, 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 down for a long time.
Hmm.
It's been like 2 years of really uh no solid catharsis, even
Hmm.
like taking moments that you expected to be like these big climactic cathartic moments and being like, nope.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
when the whole when Asa found out he was Chainsaw Man,
Oh
it's really
yeah.
bad edging, to be honest with you. Until
Yeah,
like the last chapter or two, this has been
right,
Yeah.
we get to see Black Chainsaw Man again. So
right. It's just sort of like, oh my god, we're not like, this isn't even exciting. Like, come on, dude, help.
Yeah.
But we're in it now. It's all back now. What were your guys' favorite moment from the chapter? What did you love the most?
Ooh. Uh, Basic pick, but definitely that one panel of Vegeta eating the air devil.
Yeah.
I just really like that horror element to it. The
Oh
black
yeah.
background, everything about it.
Yeah.
I
I love
think
it.
um I think for me it was when she crocodile face jumped and she was like, I
Jumped.
dodged
Yeah.
Oh
it,
yeah,
but her head
Yep.
was already like separated from her
exactly.
body.
No, you
Oh.
of course. Oh yeah. I was already like a crocodile fan, and then when the head started yapping, I was like, this is the best. Like I literally won. My favorite of all of them got got to get a line off. Like I win.
I love how Fujimoto made all these cool character designs just to kill them off 2 panels later. Like no character development,
Bro,
no nothing.
I think he made them that cool just to have the panel where they're all like getting their heads impounded
uh
Exactly.
by the scarf even cooler.
who
Yeah,
was
that's
it?
true.
someone put together, never gonna be able to really confirm this unless Fujimoto comes out and says it himself, but a lot of the ideas on these designs seem to be like references to different horror movie monster moments,
Mm-hmm.
like the sort of like dark skinned black eyed woman looks like a Cenobite from Hellraiser movies, from the new Hellraiser movies, like the crocodile head monster. There's like some horror movie where there's like a fossilized head that looks a fossilized skull that looks like that. You know,
Mm.
all this kind of stuff. So I think he was having fun with those characters.
Yeah.
Lots of references coming through in this chapter. The ear devil getting eaten panel, of course, Maximum the Hormone
Mm-hmm.
album cover reference.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Yeah.
Maximum the Hormone references will he put in part two?
Oh, he is not going to stop.
He's never
He
going to
is not
stop.
stopping.
I was saying that Maximum needs to put out a new album so he can get some new ideas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's almost gone through the whole album. You know, um, and they need to put a new album just so I can listen to it. Of course, of course, you know my favorite moment. You know what I'm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yes.
Whatever.
Oh, final panel of the whole chapter. Oh yes, Yoru. Her time for more evil coming through. Yes, her evil deeds have only just begun. Yes.
Yeah. Yoru's been she's ever since the story kind of shifted back to focusing more on Denji. Uh, we haven't gotten a lot of Yoru, obviously,
Hmm.
and her stocks were pretty down in the dumps for a good stretch of chapters there. Uh, I anticipate her to really show us something.
I
It's
mean,
been a buildup
Yeah.
of part two in its entirety. What is Yoro's gonna have to do something ever since the
yes.
very first chapter.
Dwarf versus
Her
Chainsaw Man.
main goal is just to fight Chainsaw Man, make him puke a nuke.
Yes. Ooh.
I need to see some heavy destruction.
I have my thoughts about that. Well, okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Ears are gone.
Oh yeah.
Ears
I
deleted from existence. This is our first encounter in the story. We heard about the erasure ability. Makimi talked about it, but it never actually happened in the story. It was just like someone said it's real, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is that?" That makes
Hmm.
no sense. It's happened now, so you know what's the deal? What do you think about that? How does this work? What does this mean? What are we going to get from this? Let's go into it. Pochi does.
I've seen some theories that so since Fami randomly disappeared as soon as Pochito appeared, some theories are some people are theorizing that Fami is gonna go get a devil that could vomit out the air
Mm,
devil or anything else that they
mm.
want to be vomited out. Or
Okay.
maybe they get Naruto, but I'm not sure.
Sure.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
yeah, exactly. That's I think. I know it's considered hard cope a little bit in the fandom right
Well,
now, but I think there's
Yeah.
a good chance. I think there's more than a favorable chance that
whoa, whoa,
Nayuta
whoa, whoa.
comes back. But
Okay, wait. I forgot to talk about that on the very first page. Let me pull this up. Okay. No, because on the first page, we uh the first um
of 171 or
the first thing we saw in 170 with Naita is no mole again. There's three panels in a row. No joke, okay? For real. The bowl is for real. Three of the panels in a row. I've been talking about this all week. Motherfuckers are so like, I don't know. I never understand this fandom. They're so like they're so doomer. I feel
Doom
like
pilled. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like online fandoms are so doomer, you know. They're all trying to protect themselves from getting their heart broken. It's like you just gotta let
Yeah,
it.
Oh
You
yeah.
just gotta let it
true.
happen. You know, you gotta embrace the delusion and believe, and just let it hit. But those last three panels we saw of Nayata's head, all three of them, no mole.
Yeah.
Uh, and
I'm
now,
not on the I'm not on the mole tip, but I do think she's possibly alive.
well, why? Why? The mole is really, really
Hopefully.
consistent up until that point. I think there's like a couple places where it's maybe missing as a mistake, but
I think the releasing of the volume covers just did not uh, do any favors
yeah, but it's
for the
covered
non
there.
mole believers. I know. Well, for the non mole believers, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
I,
okay,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I feel like Fuji has forgotten a few details here and there. Wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but
Not this one. This one is there a lot. Like it is more there than not, even in really, really small, even in really, really small panels. The mole shows up.
yeah.
I'm saying.
I just think that family wouldn't want to remove a very if her goal really is to like take down a death devil. I don't think she remove an important like piece from the board. If that makes, I don't think she's would do that to step in the way of her goals. I don't think Nayuta would. I mean, we've seen what Nayuta can do,
We've
and
also
she's pretty powerful. So
we've also seen Fami bring uh bring characters back to life.
yeah,
Yuko came back to life,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
Right. So
It grew on to be stronger.
yes, and then lived afterwards, right? And then eventually, no, but maybe Yuko will return. To God, that delusion deep in my soul.
Oh yeah.
wow.
Yes. Um. Okay. Yeah. Naita. Um. Ears. So you're thinking ears are gonna get puked back up. I mean, that would make sense. It would be very difficult to write the story from here with no one ever able to
Yeah.
hear what anyone else is saying again. There's been an interesting point of discussion though in the community about how exactly the erasure power works, because it's the first time we're seeing it, and most people discussing things, the most popular take, which was not my take, by the way, just just laying out, but the most popular take was that when things got erased, it was like retroactive timeline manipulation. So, like, if Chainsaw Man ate the Gun Devil, then not only would guns disappear and everyone forgets about guns, the entire history of the universe would change so that guns had never existed from the beginning of time. Right? Like
Yeah.
that was the assumption. But as we've seen, ears disappeared, and it wasn't like suddenly everyone was using sign language because there was never been any ears or sound, and so all of society had changed because no one had ever had any ears, right?
hmm
That didn't happen. So this doesn't seem to be, at least at this point, doesn't seem to be retroactive timeline manipulation. It's just like from this point, years are gone. No one remembers years. No one has any years, and no one can think. I guess no one can think about what years even are anymore. That's
Can you
how.
imagine if he like ate like penicillin or something, and the whole world just had to suffer until people figured out how to fucking
Yeah.
not die again?
Do you guys think he's gonna keep running up the score? What are these? I mean, I guess he could eat
don't know.
alligators. That wouldn't be that big a deal. The Florida economy would spiral out of control, I suppose. But
He might
uh,
just go for like one more meal before like also or something. I mean, Yori steps in
yeah,
and tries to do something.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious, like so just from kind of thinking about how Fuji kind of writes and structures his stories like thematically. I think he
Hmm,
can do some cool things with the no
yes,
sound
yeah,
element that's now in the story.
that's
Yeah,
true.
definitely.
Yeah, some people have brought that up. I think he can like I think he can really do something a bit beautiful and special with just the intimacy of like no sound, how every moment's more intense in that way in the story. Who knows what
Yeah,
moments can be birthed from that? But I think it'll be interesting.
I mean, people
Yeah.
have been talking about how
That's
now,
true.
at least on the characters that are in the scenario currently, the only two characters that can like directly communicate are Asa and Yoru. So
Hmm.
like everybody else is, right, it's silence, right? And that we could definitely get some Fujimoto cinema out of that
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
It's like
everybody's want like yearning for some more Asa Yoru
Oh
internal
my god,
dialogue,
I know.
whatever that looks
need
like.
more of that.
I'm going insane. I need like I'm so close to like the Yoru story and the the full like it's right there. Give it to me. I'm
Mm.
losing my fucking mind. I'm gonna lose it.
It was like when the darkness level attacked, there was like almost no like panels with dialogue. It was just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
attacks and
Yeah.
just I want to see cool moments like that come out of this.
Yeah. There was we had some talking in this. Interestingly, it does seem like public safety, like this is a scenario within public safety's, you know, plans within their like they were communicating as if, you know, the black chainsaw starting to eat stuff, starting to erase
Oh yeah,
things was like something they were considering, right? Like, they had
yeah.
their teams in communication. Obviously, that's over now.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you thinking, guys?
And
Uh,
public safety might fall apart. They might have had a contingency plan for some sort of weird, bizarre thing that would happen like this. Like they might
Yeah,
have a different division backed up for this, but I think they
yeah.
might start falling apart.
They did have Division 6 in position. We know Divisions 1 and
Yeah,
2. Division 1, conspicuously, that's Kishibe's division.
oh yeah.
Um, yes. Uh, they
I don't. I
were.
think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
It was just gonna be negative Kishibe stuff.
You don't think he's showing back up? I think we
Well,
will
I
see.
don't. I hope he does. I really
Oh,
hope he does. But
yeah. Yeah, what's his fucking fuck?
he's been MIA for far too long. I don't know if he'd come back an
Hmm.
ally.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are you one of the scheming Kishibe? There's been scheming Kishibe rumors this past week. I can't handle the slander of
Nah,
the number one devil hunter of all time.
Yeah, he's been mysteriously absent. I hope as him being in my top 10 somewhere as far as characters. I hope he I don't know. I hope he comes back in a tasteful manner. I don't want to see he comes back and he's just like plotting. He's been plotting with public safety willingly against Dingy this entire time. That'd be
Yeah,
kind of heartbreaking.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, I can't believe I cannot. I don't think so, right? Because
I hope that does happen.
Quan
But his
Chi,
characters are kind of unpredictable as well.
that's true. But the way Quan Chi was talking about him, it did not seem like he's in public safety, right?
True, true, true.
At least the way she described it sounds like he's gone off somewhere, which is also what he said. Oh man. There's so much left in the story,
Uh,
and this is all already popping off. Yours about to get in the mix. Really, really okay. Just obviously, we're not gonna get it. You know, maybe we will. Maybe we'll get it live on the broadcast. What do you guys think the scenario is here? Right, like with FAMI, with public safety. What do you think they're going for with this Black Chainsaw plot?
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
I
Uh,
think I think family's trying to string together a scheme to maybe try do what Makama couldn't, which is try bring out the abilities of Black Chainsaw Man to then build the road or achieve certain goals. If you know what I mean, not just
Yeah.
erasing goals, not just erasing concepts, but also bringing them back, like with A's. But I'm not fully
Okay.
sure.
Right.
mm. So there are okay. I like that. I like that one. I like the idea of the end goal being to bring back concepts that he may have erased. I'm curious what
Yeah.
I'm curious about what Barham mentioned. I think it was in 171 or 171 of those uh, where he talked about the original uses for chainsaws. There could have been many original uses that have just been eaten and gone
Mm-hmm.
away. Not to go too far in that direction because I think a large part of the community already has their theories connected to whatever birth or something akin to
Right.
that. But I don't know. I think also it's weird because there's breadcrumbs in the story that would lead you to believe that public safety and family and the church has been in cahoots. Maybe you got
Yes.
the panel with Yoshida and
Yeah.
foreshadowing Denji being brought Nayu's corpse.
Yep. There's Yoshida and Fami had that
They
conversation
had a very interesting conversation. Yeah.
in the diner, and yet public safety, he said it was on the table for public safety to go after Fami, but they didn't end up going after Fami. And so, what kind of deal, what kind of, you know, information was shared, deal was struck there so that Fami wasn't getting hunted down all the time? Or has she been hunted down all this time? Hard to say. We don't know. We do know for sure
Yeah.
that
Family was the
it's
one that brought them to the restaurant.
right. That's true. And we do know for sure that public safety was infiltrated by church members because some of them turned into chainsaw monsters. So
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
compromised in some way.
Mhm.
Well, how high does that go? I mean, apparently, it looks like it goes pretty high. Like there's a whole plan here, coordinated with everybody. So, you know, public safety has not looked very good in part two. To be fair,
Yeah.
they never looked very good. Uh, Even in part one, they were pretty. They were constantly getting washed, and then Makima just like controlled literally all of them. So
That's true. And
they're
who
not
honestly, people were talking about how like what was it, like Orlos or they aren't as like brave as they were in part one. That honestly could just be also up to something that mocking the cause to, like
yeah,
just giving them all a little bit of
Yeah.
juice, in terms of not being scared of just throwing their lives away for whatever cause.
right.
You know, she didn't want to see Reze succeed at all, so she probably had them make some contracts with some devils that would backfire. Like well, it was the one where they made mold grow inside of Reze, but it was also killing them too,
Right.
or something like that. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but
Yeah.
they had a little bit of juice in them.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we saw them like sort of sacrificing themselves, but she was always sort of around in the background. And apparently,
Constantly, yeah.
yeah, and apparently she had her chains attached to like literally everybody. We saw that
Yeah.
at the very
Oh
end.
yeah.
So, it's like, well, okay, if she's puppeteering everybody, then all that sauce is basically just her. And now that she's gone, they don't really have
They don't have the sauce.
there's dissent in the
Hmm.
ranks, people run away, they don't want to die. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Also, her being able to control people in general, I think
Yeah,
that's a big factor to that as well.
yeah, they lost their surveillance system, so they don't know everything that's going on
Oh yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
I like the interesting. Someone brought up that they intentionally fed Chainsaw Man some devils that they thought that they would be okay without. I don't know
Mm,
how. Um,
ears.
yeah, I don't know about like ears seem pretty damn important. Now, granted,
Yeah.
um, through some, I guess a little bit of uh, crack thinking, you can see. I guess you can say that um, they can actively they can probably figure out how they lost ears potentially. I'm not entirely sure how that would work, considering their memories would get wiped. But there have
Yeah.
been like theories that have gone deep into that. I don't know if they would be so brave and so brazen as to give away their hearing, but who knows? I, I
We'll
do
have to
think that could be interesting depending on how it goes, though.
we will have to see about
Hmm.
that, like, in 2 weeks. Exactly, how locked in is public safety on this plan? Really, are they fumbling again? Uh, do do does Asa Yoru fit into their plan, or is that a Fami thing? I
Mm.
wonder.
Mm.
It did seem like they were thinking about Asa and Yoru when they sent Yoshida in, right? They were
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about they were hoping Yoru would make Denji into a weapon, um, but it was time to shut that shit down. However, now they're working with the church, which they were working against back then. So, what sort of discussions have happened since then? Very interesting stuff.
And that also brings up, if they are working, why would Yoshida attack Yoru? Why would he
Hmm.
show up and just,
That's
I'm
true.
taking your arm off?
Yeah.
Especially at
Yeah.
what would be the height of her powers. Like the whole war started breaking out around the world because of all the
Oh,
chaos with
okay.
the
They didn't know that was going to happen, though.
That's true.
That
yeah.
had they thought that they had locked it down, right? They were
Yeah.
like the devils had not quite popped off yet, so they were like, we're just gonna clean sweep the Chainsaw Church, and I guess make them do whatever we want. But then the Chainsaw Church came back with the Fire Devil plan, and I guess the deals have changed since then, since the balance of power sort of shifted back to being more even. New deals have been struck, so very interesting. Um, public safety, public safety is a very weird institution in a shonen manga. Usually, um, organizations are fairly monolithic, or they're just like
Yeah.
7 people, right? Like the Hashira
Yeah.
or something, or
Or
the
Akatsuki or something.
yeah Akatsuki,
Fair.
or the like the council or whatever in Bleach, right? Like it's just
Yeah,
like
some group,
so many
whatever.
characters, but public safety is like a large bureaucratic organization. But even so, there's clearly like individual ambitions and like politicking and
Yeah.
factions and deals with devils being struck in there. So, and all of that is sort of happening in the background here. It's a very um
Like a shady,
yeah,
shady organization.
shady organization that's clearly in some kind of turmoil with different conflicts going on. I do hope that in some chapter, probably some chapter soon, we get a little bit more of like an explanation of what's been going on.
Hmm.
Fujimoto never fucking explains anything, but he'll give you like a page or two. I, if he can give us those 2 pages of like, oh, okay, that's the vibe of what's been happening, then I'll
Yeah.
I'll be okay with that.
So reading Chainsaw Man is almost like you're walking through a fog half the time. It's just like
Yes, you're just like,
Yeah,
okay.
there's got to be
exactly.
something on the other side of this, but we're just
Yep.
gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the other stuff becomes a lot of the big plot reveals are nebulous until he decides to like shoot you in the face with um you know uh what's the name of that chapter sloppy kiss. I don't know, love kiss. I don't, whatever that was when Yoro went down on his pants. That was
Mm.
so out of left field. I like
uh,
where is this going?
Super Smooch is the name of the chapter.
Yeah, super smooch. Sorry.
167, gonna be an infamous number in Chainsaw Man fandom history. Oh, lost his scale a little bit. He'll be back here in a second, hopefully. Um, yeah, that's you know, that is truly how it is. You're just sort of going through the going through the uh going through the story, searching in the dark for what the fuck is going on. Then every so often it goes bah, da, and it hits you with hits you with the horrors, which
Yeah.
we're currently getting deep into. Okay, we're coming in on the last little bit of the broadcast here. Let's talk about what you think we're gonna get in the next chapter, which is coming up. Not next week. We're on a
Ooh.
break this week for the new volume. He always takes a break for the covers because he hates drawing the covers. I think, but new volume coming out on my birthday. Let's fucking go. Gonna be snagging that. Um. Oh, Nagisa cover. Ow. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Hell,
anyone's coffin.
it's a beautiful looking cover, but whew, yikes. Ugh.
Goodbye,
Um,
Naita.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. She will return. There's no more. We're locked in. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. She's the only person who could pull Denji back from the brink. There's no other way.
Yeah.
Um, we will find out. But what do you two? Obviously, when we do this on the broadcast, we're honestly not even ever that close. Although last week, people were talking about, someone's gonna get eaten, they're gonna get washed. That was pretty much true. That was pretty much accurate.
Yeah, I think all fans were kind of prepped for that.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
we know the score when Black Chainsaw Man's on the field, but
Exactly.
yours got a shit eating grin on her face. Um, what do you think we're getting in the next chapter? Is it time? Is it finally time for the Asa Yoru lock in? Are we back with our part two protagonist? Or is it gonna be more Black Chainsaw Man running up the score? Are we gonna get public safety turning it around, showing all the haters wrong? Is Pochita gonna puke it up? What are we gonna see? What's it gonna be?
I think we're gonna switch the like POV back to us and Yoru. What they're gonna do, I have no idea. Maybe Yoru steps in to try fight. Maybe we see an interaction between those two because, as you know, also like Senji, but
Mm,
she also does want to turn him into a weapon, kind of. But Yoru does. You might see that conflict blow up next
yeah.
chapter, and with
Oh
the
yeah.
effect of Ace being gone as well,
Yes.
they're gonna see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love to hear that. Yes. Yes. Yoru chapter, please help me.
Hmm.
All right. Do you
uh,
got any different ideas coming in? Bam, bam, bam.
I don't. It's hard to say. I have like a million uh,
Throw them out there.
thoughts of what could possibly happen. I think as Chainsaw Man exists right now, he's way too strong. Even for Yoro to just kind of take on solo. If Yoro were to
Yeah,
take him on, she'd probably be the main, the tip of the sword, or
Right.
yeah,
but
definitely.
she definitely need like I don't know what else. Fami does have an arsenal of devils. Obviously, we don't
Right.
maybe we haven't seen all of them. Um, I hope we
You
see
know,
something new she could whip out falling, but
one of the one of the plot points we've already gotten is a bunch of a bunch of these chainsaw devils pop out at
right.
once, and that powers up Yoru a bunch. Like
Mm.
instantly, like as soon as the
Mm-hmm.
horror of the conflict begins, Yoru is locked in.
True.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, that's still out there. That's still going on. Obviously, the contracts have kind of dwindled to a steady level, but maybe Fanny's gonna pull the trigger on just really ramping up Yoru's power level by setting off some big chainsaw devil conflict. So, that's my Yoru agenda coming through. But
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
cool.
You want to hear like a crack theory that I had when the chainsaw monsters came out? I
yes,
thought
I do.
I thought somehow this is completely unfounded and honestly super ridiculous because it just wouldn't ever work because the monsters were birthed from like the fire devil. But like it would be something like how like Denji would be able to control like all the chainsaw monsters. I don't know how the hell that would even work. That'd be pretty dope. Like he just controls all of them. Uh, like what
That
was it in AOT? Like coordinate or something in AOT? I
sure,
haven't
yeah,
read
yeah,
AOT
yeah.
in like forever. I don't know.
Yes, the coordinate. Yeah, nothing is really off the table with Fujimoto's power system. It doesn't make sense. So,
And I'm glad it doesn't. It
you know,
makes things more fun.
then that's totally a possibility, I think.
But I want to see honestly for the next. I want to see Fake Saw Man too. I'm
Oh
still like
yeah.
I'm still up on that. I like when is the Black Chainsaw versus Fake Saw Man gonna happen? Is
Mm-hmm.
he gonna jump in
Mm-hmm.
on this with Yoru? Like,
Who is he?
Oh yeah,
is he their answer? Like
bro.
the Yoru for the church fake saw man for the public safety. I've always been a public safety agent, fake saw man person, so
Okay,
I'm waiting.
yeah, yeah. There is
Yeah,
the Yoshida fake saw theory, although
I've heard that.
I'm hot and cold on that one. I don't know about that. It's
Nah.
a little, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, it does kind of fit in the storyline, but it would be very strange. His actions don't really match up. Although, who knows? Who knows what Fake Saw's true motives are or true nature?
No,
Uh,
I've heard some people say that like the fake Chainsaw Man is the manifestation of the fear of Chainsaw Man himself, but not chainsaws. Because if Denji's like chainsaws, but just hybrid, then the actual fear of Chainsaw Man is
Oh
fake
my god,
Chainsaw
the
Man. Because I've
Chainsaw
just
Man
heard that.
devil.
the
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man devil, yeah, potentially, potentially. Um, we have to. There's still, you know, my guess, just because Fujimoto is a corny kind of guy, is that he's gonna do like 100 chapters again for part two. But that still leaves a lot to go. Uh, more
Yeah.
than more probably around a year of chapters since we're not getting one every week. Um, coming down, so a lot more things to happen. Yoshida's gonna come into the story at some point. Maybe he comes in as Fake Saw
It's
Man.
been a while.
Maybe he comes in next chapter as part of the public safety plan. Fumiko, she's still fucking around, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
What's she gonna do? She was real fucking suspicious and weird
Oh,
last time she was in the story, and
mm-hmm.
she's clearly involved with some kind of influential faction in public safety. What's her deal? What's gonna happen with her?
Man,
Uh,
I have
you know,
no idea.
so much. Yeah, no idea at all. Um, so much left to go in the story, and already,
Mm-hmm.
we're the gas is ramping up. Like the engine has switched on. The
Mm-hmm.
long descent into misery is over, and now it's all happening. So I I really wonder where all it's gonna go. I think next chapter, you know, I'm here for the for like an Asayoru struggle session,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like Asa coming in. I want to see Yoru's like motivation, because we've heard
Mm-hmm.
she definitely wants to fight Chainsaw Man. Of course, she hates this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to get him to puke up all the war stuff so that she can get even more powerful. Um, but like, you know, there's so much more like emotion there. Like, why is she so obsessed with this? She's so locked in on revenge. She like, it's not just she wants to get more powerful. She doesn't even care about that. She could be going and getting more powerful without fighting Chainsaw Man. All she wants to do is fucking
That's
fight
true.
this guy. Like, I need to know. I need to understand. So I'm really hoping, I'm praying. I don't know if this is prediction. It's my hope. I hope we get this moment of, what is Yoru's whole deal? What are her emotions right now? And her and Asa going back and forth on that, since no one else can hear anything.
Yeah.
That's what
I hope
I'm.
we get these. I hope we get that like these next couple of chapters, hopefully.
Yes. Uh, one other comment I wanted to make. Man, the art has been shaky over the last period. it seems like Fujimoto might be even busier than I had thought. Because I had thought like Look Back ended, and I assume Reise movie production is like,
Yeah,
hey, it should be getting somewhere, right?
hopefully.
Hopefully, it's been 2 years.
I'm pretty sure it's been like, yeah, like ages without an update, or even like a snippet.
Yeah, no info on it. Now, obviously, I'm all for Mappa taking more time with their productions. Please, God,
Yeah, yeah.
like Jesus Christ. I'm glad it was not a JJK0 type turnaround because I know that production was absolutely brutal, even though it is a
Hmm.
fucking great movie. Um, so, you know, that's all good, but still haven't heard anything. So he could still be consulting on that. Obviously, he was consulting on Look Back,
Hmm.
approving everything, and according to some domain names, there might be a Goodbye Airy movie coming through. So this guy's
Oh yeah,
the getting the full bag going while doing a you know semi-weekly serialization. So the art has been taking a hit, but this chapter
right.
looked fucking great. Jesus, it was so
Yeah.
I
awesome.
agree.
Every time he takes a break, like every chapter after a break, I the art's like way better
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah,
And I think whenever he takes a break, that's to me a signal that the next chapter is going to be like really really impactful some way in the story, or like
Yeah, same.
something at least shocking to the fans. Like before the hands in the pants, I'm pretty sure he took a break. He wanted to make sure
Yeah,
he drew everything pretty well for that. Um, before
yeah.
I mean,
This
it
fucking
just is
guy,
what it
dude.
is. Yeah.
This fucking guy. I can't do it.
Before the chapter where we get Barham's head popped off, I'm pretty sure he had a taking a break too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's generally been 2 chapters on, 1 chapter, two, and then a break.
yeah,
This one lines up with the long-standing break schedule where he takes a break for the volume covers. He always
yeah,
takes
yeah,
a break
exactly.
up to do the cover and get it finished, and get it out to the publisher and everything. Again, I think he does them at the very last minute because he fucking hates doing them.
I wouldn't
He's
doubt that.
he's always like, man, drawing the covers is so annoying. It's like, dude, you complain about this all the time.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man. And then he drops like banger covers too. What a guy. What a guy. What a whiner. What a lazy king. Yeah. I mean, there were just so many really good, really good looking moments in this. Obviously, the like ritual, like the devil eating ritual panel looks sick as fuck. Black Chainsaw Man one
Hmm.
shotting all of the devils, the big double spread there with the intestine scarf, flowing through everything. All the paneling in the battle was great as usual. Teak paneling that never fell off. So it was nice to just have him lock in on a visual chapter after he's been so like it really has been a long like narrative character focused uh period with some good looking moments here and there, but not really this kind
Hmm.
of like big hype full chapter of just like cool looking moments. Haven't really had something like that since Falling Devil, right? Where we had a lot of those in a
Yeah,
row. But
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe this chapter's kicking that off. Maybe we'll keep it going, keep it rolling with just more hype shit, crazy Black Chainsaw Man moments and cool visuals coming next week. We're not next week. after the break. We shall see what we shall see with another chapter discussion after after the 6th. After the chapter drops next week. Right, I think we covered most of the points. This is a little bit content light chapter, but very cool. Thank you, both of my guests, for coming on the broadcast. It was a great discussion,
No
very
problem.
fun. Very fun to talk about this very cool chapter and just share some exciting ideas about the hype for this moment of the story. Thank you, everyone who listened along at home. Of course, all of our returning fans. If you're coming in the first time, like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you thought, tell us what you're excited for.
Maybe some twit spaces after next chapter.
Yeah, we might. There might be some space popping off. We might begin the Chainsaw Man space saga after now that the hype is rising here at the end of the part. So you might see that. Definitely go follow both of these folks on Twitter. Go check out the Use Case channel on YouTube. All great stuff. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, my guests, for coming again, and goodbye.
Thank you.